Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another weekly auction house update guide. And today, some very interesting news surrounding the Porsche 914/6, the Bugatti Divo, and why it's a perfect investment opportunity, and also the Cadillac Escalade, plus many more. So without further ado, give the video a like, otherwise I will steal, 1 second, that door there. And that poor hairdresser salon will not be able to run its business because it will have no front door. So without further ado, give the video a like and launch Control Mini, and I'll see you in there. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the auction house. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Now, kickstarting off at number 1 this week is the Brel. As we all know, welcome back to the Bugatti Divo. As you can see here, this week it's been made available to obtain for 300 Forza points in the Forza Horizon shop. So what does that mean? Last week, this car was worth 10.2 million credits. In just 5 days' time, it's already half that and depreciated down to 4.218 million. Now, what does this mean for you, and what should you do with your money? You should invest in roughly anywhere from 3 to 5 of them. Keep them in your garage, because a very interesting fact about this Bugatti Divo before we go on. This thing is probably one of the best market value holding. It's a really strong holding car. It gets depreciated, but it always bounces back to where it originally was. It always has done. It's been made available roughly 3 to 4 times in Forza Horizon 4's history. Again, coming back this week in a brand new season. It's depreciated down to 4.219, but it will bounce back and recover in the following weeks/months going forward. So my advice to you today, I wouldn't invest at 4.219. Wait a few more days, see if it drops anywhere from 2.3 to 2.8, roughly around about that region, to be in a perfect green zone to be making money. But it is still a perfect investment opportunity. Why? Because it's been depreciated and this car holds its market value very, very well. It bounces back, and it bounces back strong. But at number 1, the Bugatti Divo is now a perfect investment opportunity. Now, bringing us number 2 on today's list, coming in at no surprise, is the 2010 Lexus Lfa. Another one, as you can see here, that's been added to this week's Forza Horizon shop for 600 Forza points. Be sure to grab yourself one. But this is where I think the Forza Horizon dev team, whoever plans these summer seasons, have messed up. This car can be obtained twice this season, which is bad for market value. As you can see here, it can be obtained in the Forzathon shop, as we all know, for 600 Forzathon points. But it is also a 50% completion reward this season. So what does that mean? It hasn't just been singly smashed into the dirt, it's been doubly smashed into the dirt. 2 weeks ago, this thing was worth 8.209 million. As of today, it's already flatlined down to 2.147 million. Now, will it recover? It's going to recover, but again, because it's been doubly fucked, it's going to take a long time to recover. You've got to realise this. It's been made available to obtain in the Forzathon shop, which, you know, nukes it down to 2.147 million. And then it's also been cursed that it's been made available this week as a seasonal reward. So that's going to drive down the market value all the way into the dirt, which it already has done at 2.147 million. Now, I don't believe this thing will drop anywhere lower than 2.1 million credits. I don't see it going down to 1.5. Why? Because it's a really, really rare car, and I think it's got a market cap on it. I don't think they'll let it drop down to 1 million credits. Is it still a good investment? Yes, if you can grab them for underneath 1.9 million to anywhere from 1.5 to 1.9. Try sniping them, try get them for cheap, but hold. But anyway, this is not going to be a quick return. Please bear that in mind. This is going to take weeks, no, probably months to recover. And with Forza Horizon 5 coming out, it's a risky investment, but then again, all investments are risky. But because this thing's been doubly nuclear bombed into the ground, it's going to take a long time to recover. It's going to take a while to recover. So my advice to you would be, I would play with the side of caution, invest in roughly 5 of them, try grab them for underneath 1.9 million credits to be in a perfect green zone. But then again, boys, this one is going to be a long, really long, lengthy investment. You're going to have to be patient on this one. But at number 2, the Lexus Lfa has been made available to obtain twice, which ruins its market value. Now, bringing us to number 3 on today's list is a Porsche. Can you guess which Porsche? Is it the 356 RSR, the beautiful rare one? Is it the 356A Spider? No, it's this. Again, than Porsche 914/6. The last time I detailed this car, as you can see here, just roughly at 12 million credits. And since then, it's appreciating at a really crazy amount. Today, as of right now, the 15th of the 6th, 2021, at 9:30 at night, it's worth 17.166 million. It's blown past 15 million. Now, 17 million is a very odd number. We don't really see cars climb to 17 million. It's quite odd. Normally it's 15, 19, 20, 17 million. Now, what does that mean? That means there could be a little bit of market volatility in the next 24 hours. We could see it drop back down to 13 to 12 million credits. So my advice to you would be, boys and girls, for those of you who got that few in your garage and you didn't even know you had them, go and get your inventory sold today for the maximum return price of a beautiful profit of 17 million credits. Moving on. Now, bringing us to number 4 on today's list is a car that never holds its market value, the Cadillac Escalade Esv. So when it appreciates, what do, boys? We get it sold. Why? Because they do not hold their market value. These things love to sit at 5 to 6 million credits. But as of today, we've seen something very weird happen. It's appreciated to 9.770 million credits. And from past experience and from past bloody investments in this car, I'm going to get mine sold today for 8.882 million. A beautiful 3 million credit return. So boys and girls, for those of you that got a few in your garage and want some returns, go and get your Cadillac Escalade sold today for 3 million credit profit. Now, bringing us number 5 on today's list is this ugly bag of the Citroen DS23. The perfect, every car guy wanted this in a car racing game, didn't we, boys? Anyway, last week, as you can see here, in my what cars are selling for millions of credits, hashtag 20, this thing was appreciated from 4 million to 8 million. Back then, we rose to 12.212 million. And there was a flood back then, and I was quite concerned because I wasn't sure where the coin was going to land. Would it land on positive, where the flood would have no effect, or would it be negative, where this price would be driven down to 10 to 9 to 8, back down to where it was? But because, as I always tell you, it's a brand new car. What does that mean? We have assurances, and it more than likely powers through that flood and raises. And as of today, we've seen a 4 million credit appreciation up to 15.265 million. Now, will this continue to appreciate? Yes, it will. This could be its final buyout price, but I doubt it. I'm going to see. I believe this thing will hit anywhere from 19 to 20 million credits in 19 to 20 million credits in the next following 3 to 7 days, to be honest. It's a really fast appreciating car. I'm quite shocked. I didn't think it would do so well, but it has. It's powered through its flood, and I don't see it depreciating in the future. But boys and girls, viewers at home, for those of you who got a few in your garage and you want to sell now, by all means, go and sell for an appreciated profit at 15 million credits, or be like me, take a risk and see if it raises to 19 million credits in the next following couple of days. But at number 5, the Citroen DS23 is appreciated from 12 million up to 15. Moving on. Bringing us to number 6 on today's list, it's time for an update on the Gladiator Jeep Rubicon. Now, last week, when I detailed this car, we were all very concerned. Back then, we were on 12.323 million, and as of today, I'm delighted to announce we are still on, well, as you can see here, we are still sitting on 12.323 million. Now, Zanchh, why hasn't the price depreciated, and why hasn't it appreciated? As we all know, as you can see here, last week there was a monumental flood on the auction house. Everybody and their mother is just so impatient, and once a car sniffs near 10 million credits, as we all know, everybody rushes to get it sold, even though they should hold it, because it would reach 20 million credits if everybody just hold. But anyway, without that said, so back then we were experiencing a flood, right? And the price was very, very volatile. We weren't sure where the penny was going to land. Now, these were my predictions back then. Back then, we're on day 1, 12.323, and I was worried. This was my predictions. If that flood had effect on this car's market value, day 2, 10.2, day 4, 7.7, day 6, I predicted 5 to 6 million. Will not drop any lower than this. It's a brand new car. And then, this is my other graph. Graph 1, if the flood has no effect, I predicted this. Day 1 today, 12.3. Day 2, 12.3. Day 3, we could see a sudden sharp drop down to 10.2. Day 4, bounce back higher, 12.8. Day 5 through to day 6, 19.880 million. Now, my graph 1 was wrong. The car hasn't moved in value. So the flood has just concreted this price in cement. It hasn't moved at all. It's still sitting at 12.323. Now, does this mean my predictions were wrong? Yes and no, because I thought it would appreciate quicker than it has, but no on the fact it hasn't depreciated just yet, and I don't think it's going to. This car is now firmly at 12.323 million, and the only thing that's going to make it budge is if people stop selling them on the auction house, which I believe that is starting to happen now because they're at 12 million credits. Not a lot of people are buying them. So is the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon going to appreciate in the future? 110% yes, of course it will, just like the Range Rover Velar did. And a perfect example to this scenario. The Range Rover Velar raised to 12.212 million for about a month or 2 months. Straight after that, as you can see here, literally the other week, it raised to 15 to 16 million, however much it was. That's a perfect example of a car getting flooded, getting concreted at its market value price, being capped, so to speak, and then smashing past that when the marketplace smoothens out and when the car rockets. So my advice to you would be, I wouldn't sell any of your Jeep Gladiator Rubicons as of right now, but if you wouldn't want to, you want to just cut ties with them and sell them at an appreciated price of 12.323 million, then by all means go ahead. But I would advise you not to, because I believe it's going to increase to 15 to 19 million credits going forward. But it's going to be a long, lengthy investment because the flood had no effect on the car's market value, and it didn't depreciate nor appreciate. It's just set in stone. So yes, at number 6, a long, lengthy discussion about the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon and why it hasn't appreciated nor depreciated in the time zone it's been given to. Moving on. And most definitely not least, a car I can't stand covering. This is probably one of the most bloody covered cars on this channel, and looping us back round to the Range Rover Velar. But good news, as you can see here, last week in my auction house update, what cars are selling for millions of credits, hashtag 20, this thing was sitting at 15.839 million, an appreciated price from 12.220. And as of today, ladies and gentlemen, 19.799 million. Boys and girls, it's time to cut ties with the Range Rover Velar. Get every single one you have sold. My chapter, my story, finally, my story arc is concluded with the bloody Range Rover Velar. Boys and girls, go and get your Range Rover Velars sold today for a beautiful, appreciated price of 19 million credits. And with that said, boys and girls, that concludes today's video. If you enjoyed, to recap the cars we discussed, let me just go through it with you. Bugatti Divo, remember at the start. Lexus Lfa, Porsche 914/6, 17 mil now. Cadillac Escalade 9.770, sell, up from 5, but very market volatile. Citroen DS23 is up from 12.2 to 15.265, again, hold. After that, we had the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, raised from 4.105, no. After that, we have the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, which is again a non-mover at 12.323. Again, I don't think you should sell at that price. And last but not least, just to finish off our recap, the Range Rover Velar has finally finished its bloody chapter and is at 20 million credits for the first time since it was made available last year. So boys and girls, without further ado, I love all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you so much for nearly fucking 5k subs. Boys, I love you. And anyway, get in my Discord. What the hell are you playing at? Link is in the bloody description. Join today, soldier. And I'll see you in tomorrow's daily upload. Peace and love, baby. Yeah. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Go and get your car sold. Bye-bye.